back with the Diaries of a Seattle Area Realtor. And today we are in a different location.
Yes, we decided to bring it to one of our listings and show you how staging helps, and it makes people more comfortable when they think about buying a home.
Yes, absolutely. So we're at Darren's listing here in Lynnwood, and it's a home that he's paid for staging through like a staging company, and I would consider it a full staging. It's not every single room, but it's all the major rooms. So
the living room, the dining room, the kitchen, the bathrooms, the master bath. There are a lot of rooms in this house. So it's 5 bedrooms plus like 2 great rooms in addition to the living room already. So it's 3,200 square feet.
Yeah, and definitely in a home that size, we definitely encourage sellers to use staging because, you know, it's important for a buyer to come in the home and see what can be done with the space and kind of imagine themselves living there. And that's why staging is so important. So we always get the question, who pays for staging? And generally it's the seller, honestly. So if the seller has some financial issues and maybe that they aren't able to pay for staging up front, then usually like something that Darren has tried and we've done before is like the realtor takes it on initially and then it's reimbursed at closing. Correct?
There are many different ways. I mean, and it really depends on who the client is. You know, is it somebody you know, or is it somebody that you've been kind of just met on the street and you ended up getting their listing? So that matters too. In this case, I'm giving a credit at closing to cover the cost of the staging.
Yeah. So it could be like that. It could be like one person pays up front and then gets reimbursed, or vice versa.
Yep.
Yeah.
And on my other listing, you know, they have nice furniture, and so we we kind of did some consulting. Of course, she's an interior decorator, so that helps. Yeah. And so, you know, we decluttered and got rid of all the personalized items and stuff like that. So there are ways to get around it, but especially if it's vacant, he's, you know, it depends on where clients are and all that stuff. Hi, Titus. He's just wandering around.
Yeah, so like a vacant home for sure, that's one option. It depends on the home too. So if it's new construction, sometimes like maybe the home looks really great without, as long as it's super clean. So when I consider staging would be, there's four major things, and it's decluttering, deep cleaning, depersonalizing, and maybe it's 3. Yes, the 3. It's those 3. So that's one option. Or like Darren was saying, if I've had a client, and this has happened many times, where they're not fully moved out yet, I'm like, please leave me the big furniture. And then I bring in a staging company that will help me fluff it up. Or actually I have some pieces that I would bring in and kind of add that final like design touch to. And then there's another option, which is virtual.
Yes, but hold on the virtual
Okay.
piece. A lot of times bringing in the staging is also the artwork, and it's to be able to accent the walls and give those pops of color that allow people to feel like home. So, but now let's go back to the virtual.
Yeah, no, I agree. So like art is so important, or like just the pop of color, or something just to draw your eye to like the size of the room, or maybe you don't want certain things highlighted, and that's a way to really accent the home.
I would also say the bathroom is really important. So if you bring in a bunch of rugs, just like an example, you put in 2 rugs, well, that breaks up the view, how long the actual bathroom is. If you put one whole rug, and that makes a big difference to be able to draw eyes. So there's different things that the stagers do, and they bring in their brilliance and make a room pop like no tomorrow. And it's small details that make a big difference on people wanting to buy your home.
Yes, exactly. And it's something that I always like to consult with the seller, and it's something that we collaborate on. Okay, like what could we use? Would you feel comfortable leaving this? You know, how much do you want to spend? And then we go from there, and like we just make it work for any situation. And another way that is budget conscious, that isn't necessarily our favorite choice, but it shows really well for pictures, is the virtual staging. And you want to tell them what virtual staging is?
Virtual staging is basically sending the photos to a person that works on this stuff and puts in the couches and stuff like that. And it's not my favorite.
No, yeah, it's actually not our favorite, but it will get the job done. So it'll show for, you know, for the photos, for on all the websites, like, you know, you're going to pull it up on the MLS or Realtor.com, those kind of things, and you'll be able to see the home virtually staged and like kind of get a picture. But then I've had buyers that have done that, and or buyers that have been looking at houses, and we get to the house and they're like, oh, the house is empty. So that's kind of, it's hard, and then it's hard for them to envision. So it's not our favorite, but it will show in pictures really well.
Yeah, I mean, and it really depends on what you're trying to do with the house.
And your budget.
Yeah. But my thing is because here's the problem with a lot of people. You'll have a couple walk in the door, and please forgive me that I'm going to use a male and a female because it's just gender roles, I guess. Sometimes the female can totally see where the couch is going, and she can completely like get this entire vibe going on and totally know where the TV's going, where the artwork's going, all that stuff. And sometimes the men, not saying one way or the other, because it could be both ways, or two men or whatever, or two women. But you could have one, he comes in and he does not see anything. He cannot visualize, he cannot see where the table is, because we all have different ways of processing things.
Yep.
And that's why staging eliminates that. So that way, when you are staged, it's like, oh yeah, the dining room table goes there.
Yeah.
The couches can go over here as I smack Crystal. Sorry with my hands.
But no, the other thing is too, like, if there's, with the staging, especially if the home's been well lived in and well loved, it can sometimes hide the flaws of the home too.
There are times that is super helpful.
Yeah, so it hides the flaws, and it helps people see the potential, and that's the key with staging. Is let's see the potential.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's it. And then we're just gonna show you some different rooms, and you'll get a feel for it. And if you like what we're throwing down here, keep watching and like and subscribe and comment if you want to see anything else behind the scenes.
Thank you for listening, and we just have our little runner running around. Have a great one. Bye.
Take care, bye.
So now you can see the difference of what pictures, rugs, all that stuff have pops of color.
Yeah, pops of color, like Darren was saying, the art, like furniture large enough to fill a room too. So like having appropriate sized furniture and showing the space and having it placed properly, it makes a huge difference, and people can really envision themselves living there.
Yay, thank you. Bye. So now we're downstairs where we didn't stage this. This is a second great room. There's another one up on the top floor.
Right, so like a bonus room. So for this room, it's vacant, it's empty. It looks clean, it's nice, but some great options for staging down here would be maybe like a second living room, or we could set up like a movie theater, game room, or even a home gym.
Yeah, and see, these are things that without it being staged, it gives a very blank look and very boring. So we'll stop this part of the video. All right, now we're at the owner's suite, and of course someone's taking over the room.
Yes, so this is one room that we say definitely always stage is the owner's suite, because that's the main bedroom of the home, and people really want to see it as like a retreat. So this is one room I would never skip.
That is too funny. Thank you. Bye.